like to agree with this statement that it's not about who needs who at the moment. It is more of thinking critically and making decisive actions towards the demands, because if you look at whatever is being demanded to the government, it does not need dialogue, honestly, Fred. And before I talk about that, I think now with the presence of the leader of opposition, that is Honorable Raila, we're also seeing a divide when it comes to his camp, the Azimio camp. And that should actually just tell us that as we speak, it's like the coalition is losing a common goal at the moment. And, you know, people who are more centered on whatever is being demanded for are actually faulting the leader of opposition. Because when you look at some of the demands, number one is corruption, which is basically the elephant in the room in this nation. Number two, we are calling for, or rather the youth are calling for accountability. We are calling for restructuring of the financing frameworks of the education system that we've always spoken about here. So when you look at all these demands, Fred, they don't require dialogue. We don't require dialogue to tackle corruption. We don't require dialogue to be able to handle education systems. We do not require dialogue to even reconstitute the IEBC, which is one of the demands that you know, the young people are demanding for. So if we are talking about meaning well that political goodwill that we intend to do with the dialogue, because I believe in dialogue. Dialogue born out solutions, but we must critically look at how we are handling it, because some of these things not require dialogue, and this is bringing in the issue of bipartisan talks. It's like, I think I'm a Gen Z myself, but the little history I've learned in school told us, or rather equipped us with knowledge, that it's like we've had these talks over 4 presidents that we've had in the country. If you look at Moi, he had something called the merger. Yeah, the merger. When you look at Kibaki, excuse me, in his regime, he had the Nusumkate coalition government. You come to Uhuru, we had the handshake. So now, I think the government is working uncharted waters.
Are you saying these two gentlemen were on the front page of the Daily Nation, the President and Raila Odinga, are misreading what is required to navigate through this crisis?
I think they are, because if Kenyans are calling out, or rather are bringing to you demands, he came to the Twitter space, he was given the demands by young people, and even we saw from the polls that were done yesterday, you could actually just tell the demands that Kenyans are asking for. Accountability. We've had 2 past weeks of Auditor General bringing out reports, very key reports that needs to grab the attention of every Kenyan. We are having government officials or people in leadership spend trips, you know, all abroad, money is abroad, but you really wonder how helpful are these trips to the citizen back at the grassroots level. It does not make sense. And so if we lack that political goodwill from the tone at the top, then we cannot expect even the dialogue to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bwana Kamanya, there seems to be a disconnect between what the agitation, or what you may call the revolution, is demanding for, and what the political class are offering as a solution. Right now, the two gentlemen appear to believe that dialogue between the two